Also, Joe Rogan with Elon Musk, the Neuralink, which he's been promoting, right? The brain lace. This is an agenda that he was promoting long before Elon Musk came out with the Neuralink. Now we're seeing this all over now. We're seeing brain chips, all this idea promoted everywhere. Where did it start? Who was the cultural change agent that originally started pushing this out into the collective unconscious, if you will? Well, Joe did. So let's listen to this from a recent podcast, 2019.
That used to hang around.
I think the cure is mind reading, and I think we're going to accept that cure. Because, Elon is working on some sort of neural link thing.
It's the only way we'll know if someone's telling the truth.
We're going to have it. I think it's good. We're going to accept it, and we're going to give in, and we're going to we're going to be able to. I'll take it another step further. I think they're going to create a universal language. I've been thinking about this a lot. I think there's going to be a universal language that probably is augmented reality, some augmented reality language of shapes or something,
some kind of symbolism.
Symbols.
Something that we agree to. And we're probably not going to accept it because we're old. We're like, fuck this.
Next generation.
Our kids, maybe even our kids' kids. Our kids' kids are going to be the first people to adopt it, and then it's going to be universal worldwide. And with augmented reality and some sort of ability to interact with each other through bandwidth.
I remember through bandwidth. Okay, so it's going to happen. You notice that. It's inevitable. No matter what, this is going to happen. You're going to accept it. So let's listen to this from 2014. How was Joe aware of this agenda years ago? 5+ years ago. How was he aware of this? Why was he promoting this idea? Because he's been working with these circles for a long time.
I think that one of the things that's coming out with technology is access to information. And access to information, not just current information, but maybe even future. Like the ability to read minds, to read thoughts, to read...
Okay. So let's finish this up from the same podcast, finishing on that thought.
Technological symbiotic relationship takes place to the point where we... essentially our memories especially, right? They're pretty piss poor.
Right.
But if we can turn our memories into some digital archive that you can access at will, then we're going to know, I'm going to look in your head and I'm going to know what's going on. Right. I'm going to be able to tap into it. We'll be connected the same way we're connected with Wi-Fi. The same way our cell phones are connected through the cellular network, there'll be some sort of a network of information exchange between all people. And if that's the case, deception will be almost impossible.
Right.
Motivations will be crystal clear. And you're going to know who's full of shit. It's going to be a fucking bad day for a lot of idiots.
Okay. So, again, promoting that agenda for a long time now. Let's move on here. Again, saying it's inevitable.
That was Elon's other thing that he said on the podcast. You're already a cyborg. You have a phone. It's not in your body, but it's something you're holding on to.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's voluntary cyborg.
Did you guys read Third Wave years ago? Was that a book you ever got into?
No.
That was the prediction of all this.
Really?
Yeah, and it's in the early 80s. And it was a prediction, and the one thing Third Wave predicted was that...
Okay, so we have Third Wave mentioned there, which Jones also mentioned on his recent podcast. Now, that's very interesting to me, and this is a common theme in my life. That is something that I was researching long ago, and that I was going to include in this regardless, and other things. Let me pull this up here. Third wave, information overload. Okay, future shock. Okay, now Toffler, Alvin Toffler, the guy who wrote this, is involved with the Revolution and Military Affairs crew, the future Soviet warfare theory pushers within our own countries. Okay, the people that are involved in the New York, Moscow, Tel Aviv triangle. Those who have infiltrated the highest institutions in our country and have subverted them for the East's benefit, for Israel's benefit, and via the back door into the West, Israel, for Russia's benefit, for China's benefit. Okay, so I want you to look at the date here. This is from my notes on my other computer, June 7th, 2018. I have never heard this mentioned by any other researcher, anything. This is something I found my own on Wikipedia and included it into my research. Now, all of a sudden, recently it's being mentioned on Joe Rogan's podcast. I find that very interesting. So Toffler coined the term future shock to refer to what happens to a society when a change happens too fast, which results in social confusion and normal decision-making process breaks down. He continued the theme in Third Wave, 1980, when he describes the first and second wave as agricultural industrial revolutions. The third wave, a phrase he coined, represents the current information computer-based revolution. Now remember, this was in 1980. He forecast the spread of the internet and email, interactive media, cable television, cloning, and other digital advancements. He claimed that one of the side effects of the digital age has been information overload, another term he has coined. Okay, so information overload, or information apocalypse, as Steve Pieczenik referred to it in his novels, is what we're living through right now. So, information overload, too much information, there has to be a solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Chaos, order out of chaos. That's exactly what we're seeing. And the solution for them is a brave new world. That is the agenda here. The centrist brave new world agenda. So